Ready for the study session?
No! I have no idea what to do!
Well, what do you need help with?
It can't be that bad. I don't know, guys. Calc is just so much harder than I thought it was going to be. It's just like so much I don't know. So glad I got to have a math class, but algebra and calc couldn't have a greater contrast. This year is harder than the last. Was doing good with lashes, trig, and precalc. Find cosine at pi, but calc is tough, and I know why. Because last year the unit circle was burned in the back of my mind, but this year we learned the integral. So this is me trying to figure out what to do with the composite function in an integral. Cause we use substitution all the time. It turns out calc ain't nothing but derivatives, antiderivatives, and differentiation. We use substitution, but make sure you're using it right. We use substitution all the time. These days I haven't been sleeping, staying up trying to do all my calc work. I do not get this stuff at all. And I think about math and all the beautiful times. The only hard thing was the radical sign. I realized I love to find x. And then calc came, the dark days when things were difficult. We understand sine, but what is y prime? So this is me trying to figure out what to do with a composite function in an integral. Cause we use substitution all the time. It turns out calc ain't nothing but derivatives, antiderivatives, and differentiation. We use substitution, but make sure you're using it right. We use substitution all the time. What is a slow field, a limit? When does this math apply? I think we just started to get how to derive. Throw in the chain rule and we cry. Maybe we're just not thinking. Probably easier than we're saying. But we're teenagers and we overreact. I'd go back in time and tell Newton to stop. Calculus is something no one understands. This is me trying to figure out what to do with a composite function in an integral. Cause we use substitution. It turns out calc ain't nothing but derivatives, antiderivatives, and differentiation. substitution, but make sure you're using it right. We use substitution, but make sure you're using it right. We use substitution all the time. All the time.
Mel, where'd you get the guitar? Okay, well, what did we learn first this year? Limits? I know them pretty well, so I could help you with that.
Okay, but first, would you like a piece of tryin gum?
Sure! 4 out of 5 dentists recommend it.
Limits. We've got to find the limits fast! Right now it's time, but first what's a limit? It's the value the function approaches. Now we're ready, and there are 3 methods. Graphically, you just use a graph. Numerically, you just use a table. Lastly is analytically. You just plug x into the problem. The y value is the limit. You've got your answer. Oh, 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 oh. Limits are not scary after all. Sometimes limits don't exist. If you know the rules, you will be alright, alright. If there's a jump discontinuity, there's no limit, yeah. Sort of like on Mean Girls. Graphically, you just use a graph. Numerically, you can use a table. Lastly is analytically. You just plug x into the problem. The y value is the limit. You've got your answer. Oh, 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 oh. Limits are not scary after all. We know that a limit is not the y value. It's what y approaches. Never gets there, just gets closer. We know that a limit is sometimes special, like sine x over x. As x approaches 0, there is no limit if the right and left don't match. Vertical asymptote, there's no limit there either. There's no limit there either. Oh. Graphically, you just use a graph. Numerically, you can use a table. Lastly is analytically. You just plug x into the problem. The y value is the limit. You got your answer. Oh, 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 oh. Limits are not scary after. Graphically, you just use a graph. Numerically, you can use a table. Lastly is analytically. You just plug x into the problem. The y value is the limit. You've got your answer. Limits are not scary after all.